This might be my last video. Today we're going to look at a really simple development pattern for creating hooks using PocketHost. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my PocketHost dashboard. If you haven't signed up for PocketHost, it's actually really inexpensive. You can get started for $5 here, and you don't have to use PocketHost for this, but this tutorial is about using PocketHost. So you got to go to the dashboard, and I'll just create a new instance. I'll just call this FIO test because we're going to use a tool called FIO. Okay, so here we are in FIO test. So the first thing I need to do is create a little project. I created a little project called PH test. I have a PB hooks in here and a test.pb.js, and all it does is return a JSON result. Okay, so again, you don't have to use PocketHost for any of this. You can absolutely self-host or even just develop this locally. But this video is about showing you how to use some more advanced PocketHost tools. So first thing I want you to notice is that FIO test is running in dev mode right now. And if I go to the logs here, I can actually launch the PB admin, and you see all these logs showing up. Those are all the logs, and it just created well, there's a lot of queries in here because that's the first time the instance was run. It's normally not that many. Like if I run this again here, you'll see there's not nearly as many. But anyway, point is these are live logs, okay? Now I want to create some PB hooks, and there's one simple way to do this. Let me show you. You can just open up FileZilla, connect to your PocketHost instance using your own username and login, right? And now here's everything. Here's all of my instances, right? Including this one called FIO test, right? So I can go in here, I can go into PB hooks, and then let's find the same thing locally. You'll see that PocketHost adds a couple JavaScript files in here. They're actually not even accessible. You see they're both 0 bytes, but that's just like Docker artifacts. You don't ever have to worry about that. But here's my test PBJS. So let's drag it in here, and it uploaded. Now let's see if it works. Cool, and I can hit FIO test, pockethost.io/test, and I get that hello world. Secretly, I had to change a few things in here. It actually didn't work at first. All right, now let's spruce this up again and make things just a little more comfortable for us. The first thing I want to do is add some typing support. So I'm going to do bun add PocketHost JSVM. Actually, I'm going to add this as a developer thing. Okay, so that's going to, what did I do? It's not PocketHost JSVM, it's PocketBased JSVM. Sorry about that. Right, and then I'm going to add a little references in here. This will give me strong typing on all of this. See that? That's kind of nice. So we, I wouldn't have actually probably made those errors if I had the TypeScript typing to begin with. So this is a way for you to introduce strong typing. The other way to do it, if you are running PocketBased locally, which I have a little PocketBased 23 alias here, but if you're running it locally like this, it does create a types.dts in your PB data, so you could just reference it from there too. But the beauty of PocketHost is you don't have to run PocketBased locally. So let's get out of here and clean all this up. We don't actually need that PB data at all. So this is what the source code directory would look like for your PocketHost application. Now here's where the magic comes in. I personally, I don't like having to go back to FileZilla all the time and drag and drop stuff every time I make a file change. And I also don't like to go to here to see the logs all the time. So I'm going to show you a command line tool to access these same features of PocketHost. The tool is called FIO. You go npx, or you can go bunx FIO like that, and let's see what happens. There we go. It's the PocketHost CLI, right? It gives you all these things. So you can go, for example, and since I have it installed locally already, which you can do, you can go npm-g FIO like that. But since I have it installed already locally, I'm going to do who am I? And it's going to show me that I'm benalfrey.com. Now, if I want to, I can log in, FIO login, and it will, if it already knows your email address, it'll let you log in again. You can also do, You can do FIO ls, and it will give you all of the instances that are available to you. You can do FIO link, and this one we're going to link to FIO.test. We're going to link this local project to FIO test, and watch what that does. It says it's linked, and in here we have PocketHost instance ID equals FIO test. So now here's the beauty. We can go FIO logs, and it will show us all of the exact same logs. So watch this. If I go in here and I let's see, and I well, let's just try making a request here. See, look, it did all this stuff. So I have live logs, the same live logs that you'd get right here, but you have them on the console, and that's really nice. So the other thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna open a second bash window here, and I'm going to go FIO dev. And what FIO dev does is it watches all the local files and it automatically mirrors them. So check this out. It creates a little, you can put this in git ignore if you want. It creates a little FTP sync thing here. But look, here's the file. Here's the file it creates. So it's actually watching all of these, but and syncing all of them. But this is the one that's important. So if we want to say hello from FIO, watch what happens here. Let me clear this here. As soon as I save this, it redeploys it for me automatically, right? And then I can go here and just like instantly see that difference. So this is kind of my preferred development modality. I really like to just have something hosted somewhere and then make live changes and watch. Local host development for me is like it's not close enough to the production environment that I feel really confident. I always feel like I have to retest things live anyway. So I would just like to develop live as much as I could, and this allows me to do it. The other thing that you'll notice if you look in the logs here is, well, I don't know if it'll show it exactly because the instance might not have been running at the time that this hook file changed. So I can go into the admin. Let me show you guys something kind of cool, little secret feature of PocketHost. You can actually go to an instance like FIO, and you can go down here. Nobody really knows about this, but you can set the TTL to something like what's 60 seconds times 5 minutes, right? Yeah, so you can set it for 300,000. Like that. Is that 300,000? It's 3 million. Yeah, there, 300,000, and that will up the TTL so that when you launch the admin on this thing, watch now it won't go idle. Remember up here it was like instance has been idle for 5,000 milliseconds. Well, now it needs to be idle for 300,000 milliseconds. So what this will allow us to do is we can go right in here to the logs. We can change this, and you can see that after it syncs to the server, it says test PB changed restarting. So your instance will restart automatically anytime you make changes. This makes it really easy and fast to iterate with PocketBased hooks. So there you have it. That's just a really simple introduction to FIO. It's a little command line utility that lets you access some of the key development cycle features of PocketHost. And in my opinion, I like it a lot better than having to go to the dashboard and mess with logs there and sync through FTP manually. It's a lot better for my development cycle if I just use something like FIO. So hopefully that works for you guys too. Take care.